Hi everyone, today I'm going to try and show you how I do my baubles. I've done some in different stages so you can see. This is sort of the result you're hoping to end up with, is that one. Right, so you start off with a plain bauble, just a plain clear bauble. Take off the clip so you've just got the bauble. Then next what you want to do is you give it one coat of acrylic white paint, like this one, and then we need to attach a picture. Now your picture can be whatever size you want it to be. It doesn't have to be this size. You can use these are 10cm baubles. You can use a 10cm picture, so it will go to the edges, and then you only need to do round the sides. Or you can use a smaller one like I have. I don't use any particular size, I just pick up whatever and usually just use it whatever size it comes. Right, so we need to get our picture on to here. Excuse all this, we will see what this is for later. I have been doing some mouldings, so I don't have to show you all them because I showed them in another video. Right, your picture onto your bauble. Now as you can see, it won't go on like this, mainly because the bauble is round and the picture isn't. Well, it is, but it's a different kind of round. So what you need to do is to tear it. So whether you're using napkins, rice paper, doesn't matter what you use, you tear it several places around the edges like so. Then you need to hold your picture on and look at your sides if you're using a smaller picture, and make sure that the sides are about even and the bottom as well, so you need them all sort of fairly level like that one is. Any glue you like, you can use Mod Podge or you can use PVA, whatever you prefer. I've just got some of this Pentart decoupage varnishing glue. You can't see that, can you? I'm holding it the wrong way. Sorry, that's the one I use, but whatever you normally use is fine. So what I usually do is I get a little bit of glue. You don't need a lot, you just want a tiny bit of glue, and I've probably got way too much on there now, but we'll see. And I glue the middle, and just to hold it down, hold it in place. Then I go round, and I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I never know which way to go. Forward or back, doesn't really matter. I know this is awful. Not sure which way this camera is to show you the best thing. Right, over here by the looks of it. So you glue a little bit and then you smooth it down with your finger like so. And then you do the next piece, which is this piece. So you just hold it up, put some glue underneath, and where we've torn it, you need to overlap so it doesn't crease, if you see what I mean. So we've overlapped them two pieces. Then we have to do this piece. So we overlap like so. I'm really sorry my camera is not above me, so I know it's difficult to see, but I'm doing my best, guys. This is how I do my baubles, so I'm doing my best to sort of show you how I do it. Okay, one little bit to go, and that's overlapped that piece and that piece. Right, then when they're all down, you get some more glue and you go over the whole bauble. Hope you can see this is not a very good angle, I know, but trying to hold it the best way possible for you to see. It's not that way, is it? It's this way. This way. There you go. That's a bit better. So you glue, as you would normally with decoupage, all over the top. And you will find that depending on what colour your background is, some of them show slightly where you've overlapped and some don't show at all. So as you can see, when this is dry, this is not going to show at all when it's dry. So that's that on there. Right, let me just put my lid on the glue because we're done with that for now. Right, and then the next bit is the fun bit. So you do your moulds, whichever mould you've chosen. Doesn't matter what you choose, just something that is sort of not too thick, not too thin, that will go around the edge and around the sides. So now I get my Mod Podge, and once I've done all my mouldings, which I've got already here, you glue them with Mod Podge on the backs, and then you stick it to your bauble. I usually wait till this is dry until I do that, but it doesn't really matter either way. So now is the time that I get covered in glue. Right, now I'm going to do this round the bird. So I'm going to start with the thin bit at the top, like so, and bend it round. All you really want to do is cover up the circle, you know, the edges really. That's all you need to do really, is just cover up the edges. And once you've covered up the edges, then you'll see that it doesn't, you know, any little flaws or anything you can easily cover up. Now I usually do one side and then the other, just so I know that I've got them sort of where I want them. Right, so that's covered up that edge, and gently push them down. Don't push them down too hard because you will flatten them all. Here's one of my cats now wanting her biscuits, so if you hear crunch, 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 that's what it'll be. Lily's eating. Now you carry on like this all the way round till you've covered up the edges. So like I said, your picture can be bigger, so you only have one row instead of two like I've got. Doesn't matter at all how many rows you have. So you sort of follow the line of the edge like so. I'm not sure how many bits I'm going to need here, whether I need all the bits that I've done or not, but usually what I do is I do one piece at a time. I don't normally do them all like I've done here. I've only done them like I have here for quickness really, because you don't want to see me messing about with moulds again. Right, so that one joins up to that one, and then we've got that at the bottom, and we probably don't need all of this. So what I'm going to do, probably going to, let's see what we need. This bit maybe, and this bit, yeah. Right, so I'm going to chop that bit off there because we don't need that piece, and we're just going to glue this piece here, which is what you can do. They don't have to be completely symmetrical. You can do what I've done here, chop a piece off, just so they fit really, and that piece covers up the final piece. I know I've got a little gap here at the top, doesn't matter, because I usually, once the tops are on, I usually do a bow anyway, which will cover that up. But these nicely, and just sort of look to the sides if you can. I don't know, there you go, sort of sideways, if you know what I mean, and just see if there's any gaps and gently push them down, because you don't want gaps. That's what you don't want. So that's what I do. I go all the way around both sides, like the inside and the outside, and just make sure that there's no gaps. because otherwise it's not stuck down properly. So that's one bit done. Then I do the outside, and I've already done some pieces here. Just got to put some glue onto them. And there we go. Now I'm not sure how many pieces of these I'll need. Which way shall I start? Got it that way, so I might as well do it that way. It doesn't matter which way you do it. It really doesn't matter at all. And you glue it down just sort of on the edges. You can check and see if it's straight or not. Hi Lily. And you can just eyeball it really. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just eyeball it round. Right, I'll do exactly the same with this piece. Right, let's get some more Mod Podge. I find Mod Podge holds it on perfectly well. I only use the Pentart one because it's more expensive, so I only really use that to glue things, my pictures and things on. But to do the mouldings I always use Mod Podge, and it holds it perfectly well. Again, exactly the same. You only need to sort of eyeball it. It doesn't need to be perfect at all. So eyeball that round, get rid of the cat hair. There we go. And sorry, my desk is totally messy today, or my table should I say is totally messy today. I've been messing around with clay and all sorts this morning, so in between the orders. But I really wanted to get this done for you because I know so many of you wanted to see how I did these. So then I glued down, and then we've got one more piece at the bottom here, which is what this piece is for. Don't know if we're going to need it all. Let's have a look. No, so we can chop that off about there. So about there, chop that bit off. We don't need that bit. And then you can just sort of push the ends together so they're not all sticking out and sticky outy. And then more glue, more Mod Podge. And then this piece should fit right in here, and it does. Just get it level and push it down all the way round, front and back. I've got cat's hairs on my fingers now. So yeah, that's how I do the mouldings on them. I'm really sorry I haven't videoed for quite a long time before I started doing these ones, and I never know, as a new camera, I never know whether to go towards the camera, back, or which way to turn things. But there you go, you can see how I've put the picture on, how I've done the mouldings. And sometimes I put a moulding on the back as well. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't always. So that's how you do that piece. Now when you've done that and you've glued everything on that you want to glue on, you get to the same stage as what this one is here. That one I did this morning, I did put a bird on the back of that one because there's a bird on the front. So these two are both at the same stage now. Right, the next thing you need to do is you paint everything. Pick a colour. I'm not sure what colour I'm going to do these yet, but pick a colour that sort of goes like I did here, that sort of goes with the picture. Now this is a Christmassy one and it's red, so I painted the mouldings here, I painted this bit here, the mouldings here, the back and the moulding on the back. I painted everything in copper paint because I wanted it to be a reddy look to go with the red Christmas picture. So I painted everything. Then I don't always, but what you can do is what I did with this one. I because it's ready, I wanted it more ready than the copper was. So I painted everything, as I say, copper to begin with. Then I, round the edges just here, not the mouldings but in between, I painted red on top of the copper, which gives it a more ready look compared to what the back is. So that's what you do. You don't have to, you can keep it all one colour. I also paint the tops, and this probably needs a bit more, but because it's not totally finished. I also paint the tops, and you can do that in the copper or red or whatever colour you choose that you're doing at the time. Then once everything's dry, I usually give it a couple of coats, mouldings and everything. When everything is dry, you either paint this a different colour or keep it the same. Then you get some wax. Now I use the Pent Art wax paste, which is you get them all different colours. I've got copper, gold, silver, whatever colour, what else have I got? Bronze, copper, turquoise, blue, purple. They come in all different colours, so you can choose whatever colours you like. This one, you probably can't see it on the camera, but I did gold. I don't know if you can see. See, I always go the wrong way. I'm trying to bring it up to the camera, but there we go. No, we don't need your face, Lily. Probably can't see that because it's going to blur. But I did gold over here, and then I did these flowers. I did more like a more goldy colour. I did a bronze, and then I put some silver on top as well. I never use just one colour. I find that the waxes are really good for bringing out all the details. So you can do, say, a flower one colour. You can do hello Lily. She's come to say hello. So yeah, never one colour. Like these have got little flowers on, so I'll do the little flowers maybe one colour of wax, the leaves another. Oh, I've got green as well, and the same with the back, but you say sometimes I leave the back plain. So this is the baubles that I've been doing. Now I also have another one that I've been doing, what I had from some from last year, which are completely round. They're not the flat rounds like these ones are. These are the completely round ones. Lily, come on, out of the way. These are the completely round ones. So with this one, I thought I'd do something a bit different. So I put the picture on, as you can see, the same as I normally do, surrounded it with clay. I also did, I don't know if you can see on here, I also did some crackle on here, and I put some white paste over the top, so there is very fine lines of white crackle, and they look really good. You can put them on the back, you can put them on the pictures, you can put them on plain paint. So crackle you can use on anything, and I used the Pent Art crackle varnish. So that's what I did that with. Now I think it was bronze that I painted this. I painted the whole thing bronze, apart from the picture of course. And then I did gold wax. And that's all I've done so far on this one is gold wax. This one isn't quite finished, but it's gold wax. Now on the back of this one, because it's completely round, I did this swag that I've got. I had a big swag, so I thought I'm going to put the swag on there so you can't really see it if it's held up. The swag goes sort of underneath, and then at the top I did a coordinating one that was also in the same mould as the swag, so it would sort of tie together, if you see what I mean. So that one is a bit different, so because it's, you know, completely round, but you can do exactly the same thing with the completely round ones as you you can with the flat ones. So there you go, guys. If you need any more help, if you need any, put a comment below. If you need to see, or well, for me to tell you what products I use, like the waxes, or the like this is a Pentart decoupage varnish and glue, and that's the Silky Shine one. It just goes on really nice. I just prefer this to Mod Podge. Saw somebody use it, thought I'd try it. Brilliant, I absolutely love it. So that's the glue I use. I use it for everything now, whether it be napkins, rice papers, and as you can see now that the bird is just about dry now, but it's dried completely flat, and you can't see any, anywhere where it's been torn. So that's a good thing about that. So these ones I've just got to paint now and wax. The paint I use the Do Craft Artist ones that you can buy from Angel, as well as the baubles. Lots of different colours you can buy. Now I use a lot of metallics, but you don't have to. You don't have to use metallics if it's say not a Christmassy one or something, and you don't want lots of sparkle and shine. You can use plain paint. It doesn't have to be metallic. Same as the waxes. You can buy the wax in metallic and chameleon, or you can, buy plain wax. You don't have to plain coloured wax. You don't have to have metallic or chameleon ones. Entirely up to you what your preference is. So there you go, guys. I hope that's helpful on how I make the baubles, and I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I hope you can see. If there's anything else you want to know, just pop down below a comment and I'll try to answer you. Okay, guys, thanks. Bye.